Hey guys, it's Dotoran. Today we're coming from one of my first worlds, and I came here for a couple of reasons. First, this video is being made entirely in Camtasia Studio 7.1. I've spent about the last week just playing around with this program, trying to figure out how to get it to do some of the really cool effects and things that I've been able to do in the other program, while at the same time taking advantage of some of the more powerful effects that this program has to offer. So, Muffy, be quiet, please. So what we want to do is just explore this world a little bit. There's one particular structure that I really want to show you, because I would love to build one in our Let's Play world, but make it actually fit into our world. Now I'm purposely just hanging out here a little while, waiting for darkness to kick in. This was the place. Muffy, come on, lie down. Lie down. I have a very talkative dog today. Honey, you gotta lie down. So you'll notice it's getting dark. The bad guys will be coming out very soon. This was my original spawn location in this world. So as I did a bit of exploring, I discovered that there was an area over in this direction that I really loved. So I actually built a neat little base area over there. But then I had discovered every time I died that I had to respawn back over here and then take the long hike back to where I had settled. Now again, this was before beds existed. So one of the projects I underwent in this world was to create an easier way and a safer way to get back to my home without getting hit upon by all the mobs. So what I had done is I dug in to this mountain a bit, and I can hear footsteps, and I don't know what they are, but it might have been a bad guy. So I just created a real quick little base here that had some real basic needs and things, along with a way of doing some smelting and crafting as well. And what I did is I actually built this tunnel, and something I want to do later is to put a little track system in here to make navigating this tunnel a lot faster. What, honey? Yeah, as long as you're not making a ton of noise. So you can see this is taking a while to walk. It would be a lot faster if we could put a rail system in here. So basically it's just a 90-degree angle, totally underground. You'll notice it's all nice clean stone, and that was actually me doing this in the end. And it actually lets us out into my underground tree farm. This piece here is just an experiment that really just didn't work. I was kind of hoping that I could get a tree to grow up this shaft so that no leaves were part of the tree, just lumber, and nothing happened. Now you'll notice in here there's a spruce sapling. I didn't put that there. This entire tree farm was regular, I don't know what these are, fir trees. When the 1.5 version came out, Notch had introduced new saplings, so we've got birch saplings and spruce, the dark wood saplings. And his algorithm evidently had gone through and replaced some of the saplings that were planted with some of the other ones. This big patch over here was a set of trees I had already cut down. Muffy, stop, please. But anyways, this little tree farm, similar to a lot of the other ones that you guys have seen, but I did something else that had been done before. I put a lattice work system up here. Basically, above every sapling is a hole in the floor of a room above. And what that helps us do is to ensure that the tree grows to quite a height before it starts to sprout out leaves. The ones I've seen in the various websites and other videos had us going 3 high, and then the floor. So up here where I have the torches is where I had seen the floor in some of the other videos. I decided to try going 1 step higher to hopefully ensure that we could get even more lumber out of here. And you can see in this case that it works. So in this particular tree, we've got 4 pieces of wood. There's a 5th piece in the hole, and then it continues up even farther. Doesn't always work. I mean, there's a couple trees here that have a lot of leaves. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, I think it might be from, it's from this tree here. So that way, we're kind of ensured that we're going to get a lot more lumber when we want to harvest. So here's the top of the room here. And if I come over here, you can actually see how much lumber we're able to get. I did a little cut through here earlier. So if you remember, there were 4 pieces down there, 5 literally in the hole of this floor, 6, 7. So most of these trees are going to give us at least 7. See, let's see what this one does. Yeah, see, it stops right there. All right, so 7. Here's another 7. What's this guy going to do? Yeah, see? So every tree is guaranteed to give us 7 pieces of lumber. Not bad for not too many trees. I mean, look at how spaced out these holes are. Okay, that was really awesome. All right. If we come back to where we were, I cut in here on both the left and the right side. And that is just more of a convenience feature. I'm right-handed, so as I'm using this game, I want to get places on the right. So if I'm coming up this staircase, I find myself going up this way. But if I was actually coming down from the main base, I would veer off this way, you see? So I'm making use of both sides. Well, if we continue up this staircase, we come up to the main part of the base. This leads outside, and we'll see that later on, probably in another video. But this is our main base for our little second world here. And again, lots of places to store stuff and smelt stuff. This world had a couple of objectives. I was playing around with dyeing the various different kinds of sheep, the wool. So I was able to find almost all the different things that you would need to create the different dyes. The only thing I hadn't come across were cocoa beans, which supposedly were going to grow on trees, but then that got taken out. In the 1.5 update, Notch had said he was going to hide some cocoa beans inside of some of those dungeon chests. But you're not going to find those very often. So I'm hoping eventually we'll have a much easier way of figuring out how to do it. One way that he put in recently to kind of help this cause is different colored sheep. So it used to be that all the sheep were this color, white sheep. But now we've got white sheep, we've got all 3 of the grays and the black, and we now have brown sheep. And if you shear a brown sheep, then you get that brown color that you're missing. And again, if you shear a sheep and you don't kill it, in time it will grow back more wool, and you can actually somewhat harvest that sheep again. But what else do we have in this little world? There again is my bed. Notice I did the same thing, okay, with the lighting. A little never-ending spring. This is another staircase that goes way down to a branch mine. This is a quick route down to the branch mine. And this one is a little different in that there are these little ledges that allow us to visit some of these caves that I found on the way down, kind of like we had seen in our Let's Play world. And the way this is a little bit more compact than the one we have in our Let's Play. And that's so that we have the water ladder down this hole. We have the straight down in the middle. And as you saw me just do, if we were to drop down on the right, we can make our way down to the various different caverns. And in this world, I had come upon 3 caverns on the way down. So I ended up having to create that little stop. There's actually one, and then one under it, and then one under it. It's not exactly correct. I mean, if I drop through here, I get to the first one. Then it's a little tricky, and it doesn't always work. What I try to do, and I end up having to be kind of odd about it, you step off, you step in. You see that? And then this leads on to another cavern. Okay? So, and there's one more. So again, I would step off, and step in. See that? And then this would lead to another cavern system. Not exactly the way I would have done it myself, but it does a good job. And then again, if you were to just fall through, you would fall down to the main base. Now this is an example of one of those places where I had a rail system in using the old system. So you'll see a lot of this already harvested cobblestone. I mean, this whole section. I actually had another room back here that was housing a little booster track section. And I had a system where I would get in the cart. The cart actually sat right here. And then there was a little button right here. And I would push that button, and it would send a booster cart out of that room, get me moving. So it would send me down on my way. And then that other cart would swing down and then make its way around and then head back into that room. So you can see how much room was needed to make all this happen. Well, from this angle, you can actually see a piece of powered track under that cart. A little bit of redstone, and there's a stone button. So now all I have to do is get in the cart, push this button, and it heads me down the track. And every time I come across one of these torches, that's a powered rail that helps to push me along. You see that? This is my main base for the branch mine. And you can see it looks similar to what we were beginning to get started in ours. All right. I'm not going to explain it too much down here. We'll get a chance to do that in our own Let's Play world. Heading down that way does the same thing. Okay, there's another set of these little cut-ins all the way down for quite a distance. Back here, remember the staircases over here, back here were some other branches that I have already exhausted. I put a block right in the middle of the notch so that none of the bad guys can come out. They'll spawn down there, possibly, even though I've left those torches in there. We're pretty deep underground, and Notch has been playing around with how often the monsters can spawn in various amounts of light. Supposedly, the deeper in the ground you go, the more chance of seeing monsters you'll see if there's not a lot of light. Alright, so just to be safe, I put those blocks in.